because they have a lot of years to look back to and not too sure how many they have to look forward to. I read the biography in the program telling you about me, but they've left out a few things. I was born in 1932 at the height of the Great Depression. Grew up in the 30s in Germantown section of Danville. Spent the 40s going through elementary and high school, and in 1950, June, I graduated from high school. Unfortunately, in June of 1950, the North Koreans decided to invade South Korea, and I was destined to become a soldier in that conflict. I used my GI Bill to further my education, went about my chosen profession as an accountant, moved to Indiana, Michigan, and finally back to Danville. On my return, I was employed by a manufacturing company of about 45 men as an accountant, and toiled there for some 30-some years. The company prospered, and so did I. When I left the employ of the company, some 30 years later, the company had grown to 3 plants, 550 employees, and I had become the vice president and chief financial officer. On my return to Danville, an old friend wanted me to join an organization that he belonged to. I asked, "What organization is that, Victor?" And Victor says, "The Masons." I asked the appropriate questions like, "Well, what's the Masons and how do you get into that organization?" And in no time at all, I was initiated into Olive Branch Lodge 38 here in this building. I had 2 mentors in that lodge, Illustrious Bill Barnes, 33rd degree, and an older and wiser Grand Lecturer by the name of Henry Thiede, Illustrious Henry Thiede, 33rd degree. Those 2 were kind of instrumental in my Masonic career. Henry Thiede guided me from the time that I started. Henry's motto was, "Thiede, I'll tell you once, and you better damn well learn." And I did. 7 years later, I assumed the seat of master of Olive Branch Lodge, and in the meantime had become a member of the Scottish Rite bodies and Ansar Shrine Temple. Henry Thiede was a caste member of the 7th degree, and Bill Barnes was the director of the 7th degree. And that was the start of my Masonic career in Scottish Rite. Bill Barnes says, "We would like you to join the caste of the 7th degree, provost and judge, and you will be taking the part of the 4th judge, a part that Henry Thiede has done for several years." But Henry is declining in years, or is in his declining years, and would like to withdraw from several of the degrees that he participates in. The 4th judge was the 1st degree that I participated in Scottish Rite. I later joined the 20th degree, and you saw the British Colonel Cranston in the degree which was just presented. I took that part and had it for several years. Coming up in the allegory of the 32nd degree, you will find a wizard. No, I don't mean the current wizard. I mean the wizard. Urban is his name. I took that degree for several years. I was lucky enough, as they've told you, to be a thrice potent master of the Lodge of Perfection. Something that Lodge of Perfection holds dear for me is that when I left that office, I was awarded this jewel of that office. I was asked if I wanted a bright new shining jewel or if I would prefer to have one that had been returned from a deceased member. And I jumped at the opportunity because on the reverse side, my name is inscribed, and so is the name of Illustrious Henry Thiede, 33rd degree. He meant a lot to me. He molded my Masonic career. It's been a great ride. I've enjoyed 30-some years of Masonry. The last 10 or 12, health reasons have precluded me from active participation. But I have memories that will never cease. I was awarded the 33rd degree, and I thought that was the highlight of my Masonic career in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in September of 1983. But I can tell you now that something that's even better is to have this class, fall class, named in my honor. It's a great thing to happen to anyone. It was an unexpected pleasure, something that I will treasure for the rest of my life. I want all of you that are members of this class to try and become active in Scottish Rite. Obtain the memories that I have been able to maintain over 30 years, and something to remember in your later years like me. It's something that you will never, never forget, something you will carry with you forever. Thank you for everything that's happened to me today. I appreciate it very much. I wish to you Godspeed, and for my heartfelt thanks for making this class named for me. Thank you very kindly.